Now these ain't your daddy's bag guards. Alright, so these here are the Santoro Fabworx Not Yo Daddy's bag guards. These come with Delrin sliders, come with hardware as well, and they're available in black or chrome. One thing you'll notice is if you have your saddlebag rails on here, you're going to need to cut those to fit. And they do slide in. I'll show you that in a minute, but let's start with getting them mounted. Santoro includes all the hardware you're going to need. These longer bolts, these are 7/32 Allen drive. These are made so you can go through the bar, as well as there's a little tab that sits up here to kind of locate your seat. That is why you would put the longer ones up here. Now I will put Loctite on these, but just the top two. Now the bottom, you've got the shorter bolt as well as the lock nut. I believe Santoro mentions that you need to cut like 6 inches off. I'll show you exactly how much I cut off here. What I would recommend is if you have a bandsaw, do it with that, or grinder and a cutoff wheel. You can use that too. That's what I did. I started long in case I needed to cut more off, so I wasn't too short to begin with. All I ended up cutting off was this much. This is about where it starts to turn straight, and all of that will slide into here. So I've got these cut off, and honestly I left as much as I could, and I'll show you they slide right up in, no problem. Way more than I needed, but enough that it gives me as much strength as I can get. After you cut these, you may want to take some spray paint and coat the ends. You're not going to see it anyway, so just spray the ends so they're protected and shove them on in there. Now I'm going to give you a better view of mounting the back, and we'll tighten everything up and we'll move on to putting the Delrin sliders on. We're going to slide this up in here and then push that bolt through. Not going to tighten it just yet. This bolt in here, I'm going to move on because these are fairly in there. There's not a whole lot of movement here. I'm going to get these tightened up. Got my 9/16 on the other side and got my 7/32 here. About that tight. Okay, now we just got to tighten up the top one after we put a little thread lock on it. The hardest part of this job is going to be if you have that fender cover. Access to these bolts is limited. Almost done. We just got to put the sliders on. Alright, so in the kit, they're the bigger bolts like this. They slide right into these Delrin sliders, and you need a 3/8 Allen, but deep, because we're going in there about that far. Your regular length Allen socket will not work. I'm putting a little bit of Loctite on these. The Delrin sliders are installed. Our installation is done. Alright guys, that's it for the Santoro Fabworx Not Yo Daddy's bag guards. I still get that mixed up. I'd figure if you had the mullet on here, it might take you a total of 45 minutes. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and remember, at V-Twinkie, we build it to ride.